All right, folks, welcome. This is Soda Man. I am currently out of all of our squads right now, and I'm going to make a little video on how we do recruiting. And normally, it's the kind of thing where in this game, it's not normally where people will stop by your place and say, "Hey, I heard you have a great squad." It's the kind of thing where you got to go out there and tell them, "Hey, you're in a squad." You might look at other things, and our squad is good. And what I found about it is that really it is about doing a large volume of recruitment efforts and, looking in the right types of squads for, squads that have been abandoned or maybe the leader isn't there anymore, things like that. So, what you'll find are some pretty interesting people out there. There's a lot of great players that are just looking for like a good home. And so today that's what we're going to look and do, and we're going to see if we can get a couple of them. What I'm going to go over today are just a couple of the qualifications for squads and making sure that we go over some ground rules so that we don't, kind of step on other people's toes and that kind of thing. And normally the other challenges that come along with recruiting and what we can do to make this a group effort is, make it so that you have a couple of high level players that will show up or, maybe one of the more chatty players and that kind of thing that will show up in a squad and actually do the recruitment. And another part of that that's sort of like the bird dog, where they just run around and say, "Hey, this is a good squad to drop into. Stop by it," you know. And what we're really looking for is, when you look in the featured squads list, that's not really a great place to do this because not only the featured lists are squads that are kind of up and coming. You might pop into it, but really not say anything yet until until they, if you're in there and you're talking to them and you realize something's not right or they're not happy. So, but what you do have to do is the trick of this of this game really is being able to go in here, and it's not like the squads are listed really in any particular order. So, what you kind of have to do is go in and type in a random word, and what you'll do is you'll find like a squad that has a certain number of players in it. So, some of the most common names and words and things like that have been, taken up. Like you could, if you type in the word Luke, something Star Wars related, whatever, there will be quite a few squads that come up with that, and some of them are good. And I'm just going to go through real quick. I don't know any of these squads, and if any of them perhaps happen to see this video, please don't take offense to it. But when I'm looking for a squad to recruit from, what I'm really looking for is for a squad that has less than the minimum number of people required to start a squad war. Okay, so if you need 15 people to start a squad war, you're looking for squads that have 15, maybe 16 players, maybe all the way up to 20 if you get in there and the vibe is not very good, or you see a lot of people in the squad when you're in there that have been inactive and that kind of thing. But let's just take a random squad here. Let's take Luke's team, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to join it. Now, you've all been in a squad where all of a sudden someone pops in and stuff like that. Here you go. So here's a good, a good message, right? A good example. If you've been in a squad, okay, and you maybe have become inactive or something, sometimes you might see people coming in and try to pull out of it. What I'm looking to do is not really just broadcast a message and leave, but just try to make contact with somebody here, perhaps the leader that is online and maybe active and that kind of thing. But when you're looking at this squad list, right? This is a good squad. You can look and see if they have ever fought in a squad war, and they have not. Okay. And when you're looking at this, what I'm looking to do is maybe just get in here when, and get lucky when one or two or three people are online, right? But you see some players in here that look like they're paying attention. I mean, Baz, Duffy Pants, who's the leader of this, and that kind of thing. And what you just look to see is, hey, is anybody on? Right now, more than likely in this squad with 6 or so people in it, and 3 or 4 of them inactive, and one of them's me. 1, 2. So I don't see anybody that's been on right now. So in a case like that, you might leave a message like directly to the leader that says, "Hey, Dr. Duffy Pants, Okay, so pretty similar to what that person before us had left, right? But I'm asking in a more direct way because I want to make contact with, with their leader. And what I've found is when you do it like that, um, it's kind of effective as long as that person uses line chat, right? So, but what you do is I would just take out like Microsoft Word. Oops, and now my computer's freezing. Take out Microsoft Word and write down the list of this squad that you're in as something that you might want to come back to later. So we go down to Word, write it up. What's the name of the squad? You can always find it here. Luke apostrophe S team. Okay. And I also write down like 6 players, 5 players without me. Okay, so I just made like a little Microsoft Word file that says, the name of the team and that kind of thing, right? And then what we do is go back to feature squads, type in Luke. Okay. And hit the next one on the list, We'll just go into this one, so this is good. And actually, this is if I could get an open spot in here, that'd be great, but it's full. Because you only see like 8 out of 30 active members. That's weird, right? So let's pop in Luke _ Skywalker. Let's check it out. And so that's the thing about this is it's not glamorous. If you took the time to pop into 5 new squads a day, and right, so I'm not the only one that typed in Luke. That's why I said like a lot of the names that are common in this game, Luke, Leia, Han, all the heroes, all the the vehicles, the creatures, whatever. All the recruiters come into these squads, okay, and they look around, right? But who's the leader right now? Let's see if we can catch him on. Clinda. Let's see if he responds. Just take a couple minutes and pass by, right? Now I'm just making a note on this other side over here. Name of the squad, Luke _ Skywalker. Klenda Tukong. Right, so you hit your 3, that's 2 for the day, right? And simultaneously, you can't see it right now, but I have my main squad up on my account right now, and I'm just making sure that there's enough excuse me, there's enough room to host another couple people, right? Because you're looking to make sure you kick out the people that are not really playing the game, right? And keep the ones that are in chat that pay attention, etc., right? So Klenda, are you home, buddy? Okay, see, it's been like half a year. So what we're trying to do is just attract that person to the group here. What do squad leaders normally look for? Well, they're looking for a place that they can grow, right? And a place that they can be around other people that will actually donate to them. Because that's the biggest problem in a squad like this. This person's basically playing the game by themselves, right? They were active like 30 minutes ago. I might come back in a little bit and see if they're on and stuff like that, but they're basically playing this game alone, which everybody knows that this game is hardly about the game, but really more so about who you play it with, right? So we're going to move on. Right, and we're going to make a note of that. We came and set a message here, right? Let's try another one. Luke, Luke. So we were here. Luke's dash team. Oh, I was just there. Duh. Actually, Luke's dash team, it has more people in it. Hmm. Someone just joined here? That was weird. Okay. Well, anyway. So we're just in Luke's dash team, Luke dash this, Luke dash that. Luke's rejects. So just say hello first, right? So this is a good example, right? We're in a squad right now. Luke's underscore rejects. Just making a note. This leader has been offline for 22 days, so it's pretty fair to say that that person's not playing. That's me. This person's probably not playing. This person's probably not playing. This person's probably not playing. All these people are probably not playing. So, time to move on. Don't even spend your time. If you go into a squad like that and everybody's off more than 10 days, that's not a good not a good sign, It's a two. I'll give you oh, it's full. Okay. 30 30. 430 just Luke. So just Luke. So that's the first thing, just say hello when you come in. It's only polite. 22 days, 22 days, 22 days. All right, so again, not a good prospect. So we're in Luke, Luke underscore 82. Let's pop in here and see what's up here. Okay, that guy's been off for 21 days, so that's not a good fit either. So let's try last one, Luke. And actually, where am I right now? Just Luke? Oops, sorry. Luke 82. Okay, hit the featured squads button, type in Luke, Luke. Okay, so let's try one other one, right? And you type in names of stuff. You even try simple stuff like ABC if you type that in. There'll be a couple of different things, right? So let's try Windows, the word window. There are a bunch of Windows players, like Windows refugees. Okay, apply only is not really a good fit. I'd be curious to see what's going on in there. Another challenge, like with recruiting, with like a mini account, is that you're going to run into a situation where you don't have the medals like this run right here, right? Let's try this one. You can just, I think, all sorts of random stuff, and you'd be surprised what comes up as like a squad name or what people think is cool. There you go. Type in the word cool. See what happens. Okay, now this is a good fit for us. Why? 20 members, but only 7 of them are active, right? So you're probably going to look in here and see 13 people that have been off like for 15 days and stuff like that. So let's see what we can find. So first thing I look at is the leader. When was the last time the leader was on? 24 days ago. This is a dead squad. Okay, they have one officer that was on an hour ago. But if that leader's been offline and there's only one other squad member, then that's not a good sign. 10 days, 1 days, this guy's going to get kicked out, off, 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 off. So this is filled with dead players. Luke here is alive. VO, GT Lung, Krypton. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just looking to see if anybody is alive. And what I like to do again in this situation is just uh, just indicate to the person if they make contact with me that that we have enough room amongst all the squads that we have for all of their players. So this is kind of a weird name, so write it down. Cool 22, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that right? One. That's 10 or 11. So 7 actives. A few good ones. Just making notes, right? Updates. Looking to see if they've ward. So this is not a good indication, right? I mean, the last win was like a quarter of a year ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago almost. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 months. So, and their last win was not like a crushing defeat or whatever, but beyond that, it's been like bad luck. So, it means somebody's paying attention, but they're drafting like dead players and stuff, which is never good. So let's just get out of here and keep hitting it. So I'm going to go through 10 examples like this, just so you guys can see a couple different scenarios and stuff. So this is Cool Dudes. I am now a member of Cool Dudes. Just being friendly, seeing who the leader is. Okay, the person's alive. So it's really just Sans, right? So right, so they've never participated in a war. Okay, so no big deal. I mean, you're just leaving a little message and say, hey, add me online chat. And then I'm making a note that says, cool dudes, leader is the only player in here. So everybody else has been off for like 10, 12 days and stuff like that, right? So that's not a good look. Not a good fit. See this, cool rebels. Type in hot. So we did cool, we did hot. Just goofing around here. Hoth Mafia. Ah, right. So you type in all sorts of words. Hoth, hot. Can't do that. Hoth War. Okay, I don't know what this is all about, but so we're in the squad. Okay, so if you're smart, you would catch on, see what we're looking to do. We just look at the player list, right? And then what? Look at the player list, make a determination. Do you see any other chat? Have they ever warred? They warred 187 days ago. Right, so it looks like this squad has definitely seen better days. Who's the leader? Fox 13. He's got a 9 HQ. This guy's pretty good. These top two guys, maybe this guy on the bottom. So I will address him directly. Hey, Fox 13. So just leaving a little message. So Hawthorne, 2 good players. Okay, so all we're doing is just going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and okay. So when you think about it from a dynamic, let's just say that you were this guy, Fox 13, right? What are you afraid of when you go to a new squad? Well, let's just say you're really good friends with this guy and with this guy, right? But someone says, "Hey, Fox 13, we want you, but not the other guys," right? That's like being on an NFL team or like, being on the schoolyard team and the NFL says, "Hey, we want you." And you say, "Hey, I'm not coming without the rest of my guys." Right? So what we're trying to do is just say, "Hey, we have room for everybody." Right? We just want to talk to you about it. Please add me on line chat, line chat app and we'll talk about it. So the idea is just making friends and, now it might not be the right time for it. But I mean, you can see this squad's definitely seen better days, unfortunately, and we just want to help them out and grow our own group. So let's try the same search term. Hoth team. I mean, we found a couple of really great players just doing this. And let's see here. 19 days, 4 days. Yeah, I'm out of here. So this is Hoth team. So let's go type in the word Tauntaun. Yeah, just having fun with the names. Okay, this is good. Tauntaunters. That's funny. Okay, so we go to look at the roster. Who's the leader? Leader was online recently. That's good. High HQ. Right? This guy's going to get kicked out of the squad. This guy's going to get kicked out of the squad. So really there's 2 players here. Right? And what we want to do is just say the same stuff. Hello. Is anyone home? So we're just looking to see if they're the type of person that chats and uses the line thing, right? Again, we're just looking to see when was the last time. When was the last war? 180 days ago. That's a half a year. So these guys haven't seen war, but have kept playing for a half a year. Can you imagine how much more fun they would have in like a squad that's active and good? But the problem is a lot of people think that because their squad is so great that they're just going to come to them. Right? So we just got to let people know about what the opportunity out there is to have a hell of a lot more fun and have the kind of squad that is a big one, member of a bunch of families, right? Member in a family of squads, rather, right? So I'm going to do the same thing. Address the person directly. Hey, Potsman and Kingsbunst. So you're not even saying like, hey, join New Order, we're the best, join XYZ ABC Club. You're just going through the motions, right? Because number one, you don't want to be that dude that just says like, hey, come to our squad, we're the bomb diggity, and then you bounce, right? I don't think I've seen too many people be effective that way. But what you're doing is you're doing something a little bit differently. You're creating a friendship, and even if now again is not the right time for this person, because if you tell them to download the Line Chat app, they see how much fun we're having in the group chat. Okay, then they might say, hey, you know what? To hell with doing this stuff all on my own. Okay, I remember when I first joined this game. There was a long time ago, 2, 3 years, just as it was getting going and stuff. And for the longest time, I was in a squad like this, where like nobody spoke English. You make a bunch of requests, nobody would ever fill them, right? And the only thing they would fill them with, if you did get something, was just rebs, right? Just single units, right? Something that you did not need or want for your attack, right? So it's very difficult to have fun and have a game enjoyable when you're in a squad like that. So really, what we're doing, guys, is we're going out there and rescuing people. I know that sounds dramatic, but really, if you think about how much fun we have because we're a big group, that's the major difference, and that's the mindset that you got to have when you're going out there. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that took me 15, 20 minutes, right? And if each person in our squad went out there and just did this one time per week, right? One time per week, you went into 10 new squads and started spread the message about what we are, making friends, that kind of thing. We would have more people than we know what to do with because there's so many people out there looking for a great squad, right? So I just recommend that you do the same thing. And you can also, like in a couple of days, if I was smart, right? What I would do is go back and come out to these squads again and just see if they're all still alive. Like, hey, you go in at different times. Maybe you get a chance to jump in when the leader's there. You never know, right? But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. The people that want to be the like the bird dog types, all you really got to do is just jump in there and try to get the name of the person that's leading the plan, leading the squad. Just look at it and say, hey, here's a good squad to go and sit at. We can send one of our players over to talk to somebody that is there. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if everybody did this, I think we'd sure appreciate it. We'd have a whole lot of new membership without having to worry about that at all. So thanks for watching, guys, and let me know if you have any questions. Just hit me up online, okay? Thanks.